Hello, everyone. I got a sandwich.
Maniac.
Hey, we're looking up dives.
Kind of sandwich.
It's like go to Twitter
Cheese and some turkey.
I'm still getting replies from that
Crispy
one
or to
Twitter
look down.
thing I made.
Holy shit!
I'm gonna be dragged into Twitter messes. God
Welcome
damn
to the
it.
stream, everyone. Today I have a sandwich. And we're gonna read some fucking Umineko.
Yeah.
I'm so low energy right now.
Are you actually streaming Umineko right now?
Sounds like someone needs a sandwich.
Okay. Well, no. Can they hear us?
Yeah, they can.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Like when I say hello and welcome to the stream, that usually means that they've been helloed and welcome to the stream.
Oh, by the way, Orange, is it a grinder, a hero, or just a regular sub?
There's some fucking bread, there's some cheese, and there's some chicken. No, it's actually turkey. Sorry.
Oh, so it's a hoagie.
That's nice. Turkey.
Turkey's very kino. Oh.
Correct.
I recently found out that I've been stuffy lately, and I thought, oh, was I getting a cold? Turns out my room's very fucking cold.
Hey, Rindy, I have officially
I sleep
beaten
in the
5.0.
cold. I sleep
And-
in the snow.
And
I sleep in the warm.
And when what was it? When the temperature is like negative 22 degrees or some shit like that, I got desperate and got the heater from my dad's office.
So let's see. What have you guys been posting while I was away?
I haven't posted shit.
Look at Life Generosa.
Mutual servers, Goose.
Cause
Mutual
of death.
servers, Hololive Armpits. Gun.
Cause of death, lack of titties.
Deeves. Mutual server, Minecraft Girls. Actual Art of Deeves.
That's
Steve's nuts.
Patchy the Pirate, explaining that was just cuckold porn. And then it was
Is it
also just men
dives or
having gay
Deeves?
sex. I don't fucking know. 2D women. Okay.
Hold on, I gotta find something that I never posted, and I think it's probably a good time to post
Rika
it.
smoking crack. Nice.
That would be-
Is it in unorganized? I need to find it.
Do not link to Deeves' fucking Twitter in live.
Because it's not porn.
Artist.
That's not porn, though.
She
It links to an 18+ artist.
That's porn enough.
It's fine.
All my life I had to fight. Let's get to this stream.
Yeah, let's
okay,
get to the stream. I'm done with the
didn't find it
sandwich.
On topic, but fuck it. Here's a good palate cleanser. There you go.
Ah,
Yep.
Ibuki.
Little
Ibuki
Caesars.
at the
I
Little
would love to
Caesars.
there. I want to eat
Alrighty.
Little Caesars.
Let's get into it.
When we stream, everyone should ask, where's the character Ibuki from the hit game Danganronpa 2?
Let me turn off Petalauda. Maybe we'll turn on...
You mean Super Danganronpa 2? Goodbye Despair?
I always forget there's a super in it. I always do. Hold on.
Wait, that's the meme. That's just Ibuki from Super Danganronpa.
But like, it always fucks me up because it's called Super Danganronpa 2, but like, go to Steam, Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair.
Link, my boy, I don't have time for your adventures. I'm too busy shuffling this MF dart. Unfortunately, you will see the verifying files because we are flying fast and loose today. On the Orange Boy stream.
Orange accidentally plays the intro with the spoilers in it.
I would never do that. Buh. Alrighty then, everybody is in. Almost. Actually, not everybody is in. Everybody get in. Get in, loser. We're going to the Cat Island.
We're going to the island where everything dies and lives again.
Man, I wonder
We're going to the hardware store.
if any of my characters will appear. Hopefully not.
Alrighty then. The sound of crashing waves. The sound of the tide surging. The noise of the sea breeze. Oh, this is Nazi.
Whenever my headache torments me, these are the sounds that fill my head. Unable to bear success, I was in a very difficult position with regard to the Ashiramiya family. Whenever I heard of a drug or incense that could make you achieve pregnancy, I tried it. But nothing had any effect. until I was blessed with Jessica 18 years ago. I was ashamed to even call myself a wife.
Children are created by the efforts of two people and the winds of heaven. It's not fair to place all the blame on yourself.
I still don't know what caused my inability to become pregnant. I even went to see noted physicians. I underwent humiliating examinations. But I was always just told that they didn't understand the reason.
Even though quite some time had passed since your marriage, you still couldn't bear a child. I see. It's only natural that Ava, who secretly aspired to become the successor, would start getting ideas.
Ava tried to convince father that I was a failure as a successor's wife. It was a time when Kim was also very disappointed by my husband's repeated business failures. On the other hand, Eva's husband Hideyoshi's business was going well and completely on the opposite of my husband's. He was the only person who could bring father good news. So perhaps father couldn't be blamed if he decided to lend an ear to Eva's words. Or even accept them completely. It was all my fault, because I couldn't bear a child.
Beatrice.
You are sinless. Aren't babies of this country carried here by storks? If anyone is to be judged, blame the stork.
Thank you. However, even though he was still in good health then, the head was already well past his prime. And it's not hard to imagine that he wanted to see his grandchildren's face as soon as possible.
Who cares? If he wanted a grandchild, he could have just done what he wanted with that appalling amount of money he had. This is Kinzo, the man who always bragged about how money could create anything. If he wanted a grandchild, why couldn't he just manage something with that money he was so proud of?
Yes, that's right. The head gave up on me when I couldn't bear a child. And did just that. The head gave to many charities, thinking it is the duty of anyone in possession of such money. One among these, an orphanage known as the Fukuin House, had been given especially large donations, possibly because he had old ties with that place.
Ah, the Fukuin House. Furniture came from that place quite often.
To provide on-the-job training and preparation for life as a working adult. The head employed Fukuin House children with exceptional grades as servants. All of the servants in the mansion with "on" in their names, such as Shannon, Kenan, Lunon, Manon, Leon, come from there.
Confirmation.
There were quite a lot of them, weren't there? The most quit after just a few years.
It's probably because a few years' wages from working here would earn them more than enough to live on their own. Experience as a servant of the Yoshiromiya family would be a wonderful thing to add to their resume. I'm sure it was the head's ambition that they would gain this for themselves and then spread their wings in society.
I see. so an adopted child.
Father, what did you just say?
Accept this baby as my grandchild.
Jelly.
Indeed. Excuse me. There. There.
Apparently, the baby Kraus, the baby that Kumasawa was trying to soothe, didn't like the study air at all. Kept on crying, upset.
My apologies, Father. What is it you just...
Accept this baby as my grandchild, and raise to be the one who succeeds Kraus.
In other words, you want me to raise this baby as me and my husband's own child?
That's right. It's clear now that you cannot bear children. Must be some sort of defect in your body.
That's right.
Oh, there. I was just practicing and I forgot to unmute my mic. Oh, there. Why am I saying this?
As though she couldn't hear your discussion in the slightest. Oh, that's, I'm guessing the thing that,
Oh, she's talking to the baby.
Mm-hmm.
As though she couldn't bear... As though she couldn't hear a discussion in the slightest, Kumasawa kept on trying to cuddle the baby. This made it cry even louder.
Oh, what nonsense. If all responsibility of giving birth to children rested with the women, there'd be no need for men in this world.
I've never forgotten the bitter pain I felt that day. It's not as though I didn't want a child. However, no matter how much I prayed, I couldn't get pregnant. Thinking that something to do with my body might be the cause, I went to see several famous doctors. But even so, no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't become pregnant.
And in the end, this was the result. I see.
Here's your reminder. Lock up the dog.
No, Alexa, I don't want to.
Hey, you really need to push to talk, man. The baby, I believe that is still Randy.
Probably. The baby had been picked up by the Fukuin house just recently. Of course, he couldn't help but feel compassion for this child, who was so young and who had already lost its parents' affection. However, it brought me nothing but pain and sadness. It would have been another story if I had suffered to bear this child. But why should I be forced to hold this baby who not only shared none of my blood, but was not related to my husband in the slightest either? I don't hate father. If anything, I hated my own body. I detested it. I truly detested my own body for being unable to bear a child. So I prayed. I prayed to both angels and demons. And my wishes were granted by both.
For what angels did you pray?
Your mic cut out super hard.
Yeah.
Is it fine?
Say something now?
Hello?
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I prayed for a miracle in my body. If there was something wrong with my body, I could accept that. In that case, I wanted to overcome the defect and somehow be granted the miracle of being given my husband's child.
That wish was granted. The next year you gave birth to Jessica.
And for what did you pray to demons?
I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. I hated my body. So I hated this baby. Because it made my failure so apparent.
Hey Joshua, you have to voice the funny man now.
Oh fuck! Damn it! What did you wish for?
For the first time, I prayed and made wishes to demons. I wished that this baby would just disappear. Of course, that wish was also granted by demons. On that day, I left the baby with an older servant and went to think about the future in the rose garden. No, that's a lie. I didn't want to think about anything. The baby's cries were annoying. So I ordered the servant to take the baby to a place where I couldn't hear. By a place where I couldn't hear, I meant somewhere far away. Yes, I wished for it. I wished the servant to take the baby far away and never return.
I see. So, a passing demon heard your wish, Natsama.
And then, what happened next?
After that, there was a bizarre accident that could only have been granted me by a demon. The woodland path from the rose garden to the harbor is probably well suited for a comfortable walk. It must surely feel good to occasionally leave the path and walk through a grove of trees depending on your mood. However, wouldn't that path be fairly hard to travel on when taking a walk with a baby in your arms? There was a cliff on the other side. It was about 10 meters tall, I think. It was rocky below. There was also a fence there. Did it seem at all likely that the servant went to the trouble of walking there holding a baby? And then leaned against the fence? The only conceivable explanation is that she was lured there by the beckoning of a demon.
She was lured there, wasn't she? By a demon who heard your wish.
And then, the servant and the baby.
They died. They fell from a cliff down to the rocks below. No, they died because I wished it. That means this is...
This isn't your fault. There's no need to think about it any further.
But it happened because I wished for it.
No, that's wrong. Even if you wish for something, whether it comes true or not is decided by the whims of gods, demons, and witches. You are sinless. Humans are sinless. You can even say that I killed them. No, I did kill them. I saw your mourning and felt pity, so I lured the servant with the baby to the cliff and guided them down it.
Wasn't it just an unfortunate accident? If you can't accept that it was an accident, blame it on us. That's why demons exist.
That's right. We're here for your sake. It's not like you killed them. We killed them. So you are sinless. So please, don't blame yourself, Natsuhi.
Is that true? Am I truly sinless?
Yeah, you are. Young one who claims revenge for the events of 19 years ago. If you're going to curse someone, curse me! However, witches have a patent on curses. Let me take on this fight you're trying to pick with Natsuhi. I am the Yoshiromiya family alchemist, Beatrice the Golden. If anyone picks a fight with the master I serve, I will fight in my master's stead. Revenge for 19 years ago, you say? I'll make you learn that it's not even a blink of an eye for a witch who's lived 1,000 years! So, you hate Natsuhi for wishing your death 19 years ago? Let me make you remember just who it was that lured you off that cliff.
As the middle-aged female servant cuddled the sobbing baby, she walked on a small path through the trees. Natsuhi had told her that the baby was too loud, so she tried to get as far from the rose garden as she could. She was completely unaware as to why she'd gone out of her way to head in this direction. However, the sobbing baby suddenly stopped crying. Something was reflected in its eyes, but the servants couldn't tell what. However, thinking that the baby had stopped because it had taken an interest in something, she headed in that direction of the baby's gaze. The baby had seen a cloud of golden butterflies disappearing off into the trees. And on the other side of the trees, the servant could see a woman. Who? She didn't recognize this person, but it didn't look like anyone who was supposed to be here. The baby stopped crying and stared in that direction, and the servant's legs started to automatically carry her that way.
Come this way, woman. Bring that cursed baby with you.
Who wants to be unnamed female servant? You know what? AC, go!
Ah!
The woman couldn't disobey. She was completely overwhelmed by Beato's gold glowing eyes. She walked lightly as though in a dream world. At some point the scenery surrounding her had changed, but she did not notice. She could not notice. Though she should have been, this should have been Rokenjima. At some point it had become the garden of a mansion she had never seen before. It was a garden that she had never set any eyes on. even grander than the rose garden of the Ashurmia family, a garden of gold roses. There stood an arbor, and a woman wearing an elegant dress beckoning to her. There was a man who looked like a butler, and the tea he was poured with a beautiful gesture had a very nice and enticing smell. It was as though they were telling her to join their tea party. She couldn't disobey. She had to go to the master of this golden rose garden and give this child as an offering.
Forgive me, woman. Curse your bad luck for being entranced by a witch. And surrounded by these gold roses, which you would never be able to enjoy in this world. Sleep. Gap.
Yes, understood. When Gap snapped her fingers, a pitch-black hole opened at the woman's feet, and she was swallowed up along with the baby. The scene of the moment that followed must have burned itself into the eyes of the woman and the baby. The two floated in the air and looked down at the gold rose garden spread out below them. Below their feet was not the earth, but a golden rose garden that stretched as far as the eyes could see, without any gaps. Except for, one. If one could have had the scene imprinted in their minds as their last memory, that would be such a merciful way to die. Then the woman and the baby were swallowed up by the golden sea. The thunk was remarkably plain, and remarkably quiet for a sound that stole away 2 lives. However, made for a perfectly suitable show at a tea party of witches. With the woman and the baby at the center, the rose garden was slowly swallowed up by darkness. The sound of the wind grew stronger bit by bit. Is that TV static? Was it... What is that noise? It was the roar of the sea. The two who had fallen into the thicket of golden roses from that great height and died were gradually wrapped up in the roar of the sea, wrapped up in the scenery of the beach below the cliff.
I guarantee it. You are completely sinless. I'll accept this revenge from 19 years ago.
When I spotted the 2 of them on the rocks below, I went pale. Then I dashed back to the mansion, and there was a huge uproar. They took them to a hospital in a boat as soon as possible, but from that height it was a miracle that they even avoided an instant death. Both the servant and the baby died. In less than 3 days from the time Father entrusted me with the baby, I had killed it. My husband has been on a business trip. Rosa's son, who still lived on the island at the time, had been traveling with her friends. Father and I were the only ones on Kenjima. And before anyone except Father and I really knew anything, the baby appeared out of nowhere and then disappeared again. That's right, it was a dream. A nightmare. I was sure that Father would blame me. However, it seemed somehow strange.
I saw this coming! I knew this would happen! How long will you struggle? How long will it be before you're mine? I have no interest in an empty cage. Throw it away!
When Father learned of the accidental death, He kept on laughing and laughing as though there should be no greater pleasure in either just listening to it gave me a creepy feeling. Perhaps something had come loose in his mind. From that day onwards, Father shut himself up inside of the world of the occult even more than he had ever before. When my husband came back, he was surprised to see that Father was even more bizarre than he had been before. However, he had already accepted that this would happen sooner or later. Of course, my husband had heard about the baby.
I had.
However, he told me it was surely just some whim of Father's and to forget it. So I forgot it. It was an unfortunate accident. No, there wasn't an accident at all. I forgot everything, even that the baby had existed in the first place. After all, it was a twisted nightmare that lasted not even 3 days. That's right, it was all a nightmare. I don't want to remember. The cliff, the broken fence, the roar of the sea. And the cry of the baby.
So, this baby is the baby from 19 years ago.
Of course not. I killed that baby. It no longer exists in this world.
However, there is no red truth in the human world. Nothing can be trusted there.
That's right. Beato definitely killed that baby. However, you might find out that it's alive in the world of humans. Whether it's really alive or not, right?
You mean to say that it actually survived? After falling to the rocks from that height?
I don't know. But calm down. No matter how much this person hates you, it was an accident, and that's the truth. If he does hate you, his hatred is completely unjustified.
But even if I didn't lay a finger on him, inside my heart,
Calm down. No matter who the man from 19 years ago hates or what he yells at you, there's no way the sin he's after actually occurred. So calm down. Why don't I welcome the man from 19 years ago as my guest? Just when the riddle was solved and I thought my job was finished, I got to entertain this final guest of mine.
This begins to grow more interesting. Not only are you protecting Lord Goldsmith's secret, but you also have a 19th guest, as well as a man from 19 years ago.
True. Since we claim that Kinsey was alive, Erica is the 19th person. And because besides that 19th person, we also have a man from 19 years ago. How interesting. I'm getting all fired up.
We have no lack of opponents. And I was just lamenting the fact that I had but one guest at my tea party. Come, you fools!
I think this is technically Beatrice still going.
Udo Erica is Lady Burncastell's piece. In that case, whose piece is the man from 19 years ago?
The voice faintly seeping in from the other end of the line was Nazi's.
I understand. I'll go to sleep right now. I won't leave my room, and I won't pick up the phone. So don't involve my husband and my daughter.
Even this begging scream, which would shake the heart of any listener, could be listened to with a cold ruthlessness through the end of the receiver. As long as you follow my orders, I will keep your secret, Mother. Do not disobey me. I am already very close to to you. I can easily tell whether you have turned your lights off, or whether you're on the phone. If I wish to, I could even kiss your sleeping face.
I'll keep it. I'll keep my promise. Stop it. Just stop it. Stop it.
The receiver was slammed down. He knew very well that the way you hang up a phone can leave a nasty aftertaste for the other side.
Okay. Good night, Mother. And there you have it. Now Natsu won't come out of her room tonight.
That's pretty handy. You can change your voice.
Anyone can change their voice. A sweet voice when coaxing Papa. Oh, lag.
Oh, shit.
A sick-sounding voice when taking a day off of school. An apologetic voice when turning down a friend that you actually hate. If you want, I can do any voice.
Why the
At all.
sniper shot?
Any voice?
He can imitate the sound of a gun, I guess.
She can sound like Golgo 13.
You should stop being a witch and become a voice actress.
Yabby? You there?
Do you want me to restart the stream for you really quickly?
Yes, please, actually.
Okay.
So, are all the pieces set up on both sides now? Gerudo, Erica. Actually,
It would appear it's more of a you problem at the moment. Alright, Rindy, you're up.
Gerudo, Erica. What a wonderful piece. She's much more suitable a piece for you than Angie was, Baron.
Your praise honors me, Lady Lambda Delta.
The pleasure is mine. She really is wonderful. Truly cute. I'd like to make her surrender to the illusion of the witch and see her face twist in humiliation.
Hear that? Don't embarrass me, okay? Prove yourself to be much more useful piece than Angie was.
Yes, leave it to me. Lady Berncastle, my master. I'm nothing like that gloomy, dull-witted, totally uncute piece.
She's right. That Angie didn't do anything useful except get turned into meat chunks and to egg battler on. I have absolutely no interest in family love or sibling love. The game we want to see is more gruesome and sticky. A grotesque, pop, and cute murder case.
If Natsuhi is the king, then I wonder if that makes Beato the queen. The pack of witches and furniture guarding Natsuhi is less like a chess set of chess pieces and more like...
Bowling pins, right? Natsuhi and Beato. Cancel the illusions of the worthless furniture. Entertain us a bit, will ya?
Ouch!
Especially you, Beato. We're already bored of you. This Legend of the Witch Murders game of yours is already over. Your time is over and done with. This game world has already belongs to Baron and me. Hell, it'll suit you to be reduced to one of our pieces and toyed with for all eternity.
Both Natsuhi and Beato were like the guts of a filthy truth wrapped up in a thin bit of skin. Tearing that to bits and dragging the inside out is one of our few pleasures.
Yep, you can have tons of fun with it. Hey, are you watching? Beatrice? Look at how much fun can be had playing with your game board. Let me show you. This fifth game's really gonna be fun.
It's a bit sad if we're the only ones having a pleasant chat. Why don't you let Beato talk too?
Hear that? I'll give you special permission to talk. What do you hope to gain from this latest game? She said nothing. That's right, that's right. You're the loser who surrendered to Battler. Leave it to me, Kay. I'll put the witch's side on top right away. But that means I'll have to sacrifice your piece.
The epitaph has been easily solved before the first twilight, and Beatrice, the keeper of the gold, has lost face.
Isn't it great that you remain as a piece, as part of Natsuhi's illusion? Well, we're treating you as a pin now instead of a piece, okay?
The Golden Witch Beatrice is now out of the picture. You and your furniture only have a minuscule role in my game, a loser's role. Resign yourself to getting blasted away and become Burn and Mine's favorite toy.
If you don't like that, why not just tell us to stop? If you do, we'll stop.
She's saying she doesn't mind. You're totally a pin.
There's no need for a golden witch anymore. Okay, yeah, no, this is talking from the third person. All it's needed is a sacrificial doll, so the two witches can enjoy some time playing. Die, and disappear. Confess to your filthy past and your crimes. Speak out your sob story of regret and repentance as you throw yourself off a cliff and die. The Golden Witch will never again have her turn. Oh shit. Whatever.
That was probably Lambda Delta, but it's all good.
Alright, whatever.
Well, she's good at doing voices.
Yeah, whatever. That was sure.
She can do any voice, even Orange's.
Gonna get B's best orange impression. Beardo. It'll probably turn out to be a nasty game. And the surface looks very similar to the usual tales. However, there's no respect given to the true main character of this story. Me! This tale was supposed to be one that the Golden Witch Beatrice invited Ushirimiya Battler to see. However, the host has been lost, and there are no longer any guests. The one who did the inviting and the one who was invited are no longer around in this horrible tale. Yeah. I think this time it's definitely Lambda.
Welcome to the 5th game. End of the Golden Witch. Welcome to a party with neither host nor guest. Oh. Hijacked by witches.
Who cares anymore? There we go!
Oh, it was Curry. Good job.
May I make a quick question?
Yes.
Would the titles of the other episodes be spoilers?
No. I mean, like the ones going
no,
forward?
they're pretty basic, but
okay,
yeah.
because like you hear the end of the Golden Witch as I assume that's the episode name. It's like, that sounds like quite a title.
I mean, that's literally the one that we're reading right now.
Yeah, I'm saying like if I heard that name before, like, that'd be suspicious.
It's supposed to be a bit of a teaser, and also it happens up at the end of episode 4, which is sort of already.
Ready, Battler? The second day is finally about to start. Just like Vieto, I hate slow story progression.
Just do what you want. No matter how much you mess things up, I'll definitely reach the truth of this game.
It has to be this way. That way. You've got to fight for your little sister's sake as well. Don't worry. Lady Lambda Delta is a far more terrifying opponent than that fool Beatrice. But I'll be giving you plenty of support, so won't be any problems. Together with me, why don't you finally expose the illusion of the witch this time?
I don't give a damn about you. I won't acknowledge anything that didn't exist in Beato's games, so I don't need you.
Is now really the time to act tough? Oh well, let's both give it our all, okay? Together, let's tear this illusion of the witch apart!
Eric offered me her hand to shake. Instead of just passively ignoring this, I gave her a proactive and clear answer by knocking her hand aside.
Looks like he hates shaking hands. Just like Angie.
Don't worry. I'm a far more useful piece than Angie. I'm nothing at all like shredded meat that couldn't do anything but restore your fighting spirit.
Damn.
Isn't it great that you've been blessed with such a helpful-looking ally? In the past, it was Virgilia and Ronove. Then Angie came as well. And now you have Bern and Erica. And there's so many pieces supporting you. So, how does it feel knowing that you still can't catch onto the truth despite that? How does it feel?
It doesn't matter. This is a battle between me and Beato. Everyone else besides us doesn't matter.
Oh, is that true? Are you finally standing on your own? You've always had someone helping you, someone sympathetic to you, so I wonder just how far you'll get on your own. Entertain me.
I'll grab it and take it back. This is our game. You two aren't wanted here.
Yes, that's true. This is your game. So try taking it back. Let's see how far someone like you, who couldn't even win Beato's games when she went easy on you all over the place, can get in Lenda's completely ruthless game without any help.
Well then, wake up, Ushiramiya Battler. Welcome to the morning of October 5th.
Alright, cool. October 5th time.
Tight.
Cool.
You okay, Josie?
No. Well, actually,
Oh.
yes.
Oh.
I just felt like saying no.
Well, yes, but
No.
actually,
Well,
no, but
yes.
actually, yes.
Forgive him, he's used to being bullied.
What?
Genuine concern, Zam.
Is everything okay?
Was it someone's alarm
Yes.
clock?
Yes, I am fine.
An electronic tone repeatedly rang out throughout the room.
Beep.
Battler, who had gone to bed late and not managed to get enough sleep, covered his head in his blanket waiting for someone to turn off the alarm. But no matter how much time had passed, the electronic tone didn't stop. I see. The point of an alarm clock isn't just to be loud enough to wake you, but to be annoying enough to keep you from wanting to fall back asleep. Hey, the alarm's going off. Make it stop, please. Why do waking up voices always get this annoyed? What? Well, it does make sense. After all, people are still sleepy and in a bad mood. However, there are absolutely no signs that my annoyed voice had caused anyone to turn over in their sleep, or crawl out of bed to stop the alarm. Letting out a deep sigh, I stumbled to my feet. With the shutter down on the windows, there was almost no light getting in, and the room was as dim as it had been earlier. Though, even without the shutters, there's no way this dull weather would let in enough sun to make this a pleasant morning. The cousins were still wrapped up in their beds, sound asleep, and taking no notice whatsoever of that beeping. Normally, once any one person gets up, the other tends to automatically follow. Annoyed but that this law of serial summer camp awakenings that I made up had been broken, I searched for the source of the sound. I got it coming from a wristwatch on the table. Judging by the style of the watch, it was probably George Anaki's. Anyway, when I randomly pushed a small button on the side of it, the sound stopped. Apparently it had been set for 7 a.m. in the morning. Is it already 7? Sorry, but I don't really feel like I slept at all. Playing cards were left on the table as though they had stopped mid-game. The game had probably been 7s. Damn, I've got this piercing headache. What the hell happened last night? That mountain of gold and the subsequent argument between the relatives. All feel like a bad dream. So stupid. Breakfast normally came at 8. Now wasn't a bad time to start getting up and getting dressed. I mean, those adults probably won't argue in front of the cousins. In that case, I'll stay with my cousins all day long. I'm sure they'll be able to separate me from this annoying talk about the gold and being the successor and all. In fact, I should have done this from the beginning. I feel disgusting. Having slept with my clothes on last night, which caused me to get all sweaty. I guess I'll take a shower. I'm sure the others want to as well. At this age, it's embarrassing to wake them by shaking their shoulders. If I turn the TV on, everyone will probably wake up. Well, at least let's turn the lights on for now. In this dim light, with the quiet sound of the never-ending wind and rain, it really doesn't feel like the morning has come yet. And flip the light switch. And then the dimly lit morning ended.
Ah!
Whoa, brother! George! George!
Sorry, I got nuts in my mouth.
Okay.
So business as usual.
And dried cherries.
You know, I would expect you to gobble these nuts in your mouth.
This is
I was not
too horrible.
easy.
How could anyone get away with something like this?
As they clung to Anaki's corpse, which would never wake up again, Ane and Uncle Hideyoshi cried.
Wait, you mean you gotta do throat exercise?
That's enough. Do you think George Gunn would like the two of you to see him this way? Of course not.
Anarchy. I don't know how you feel, but let's have Dr. Nanjo handle this.
You don't understand. George was killed. George.
Dr. Nanjo's right. We must keep staring at we mustn't keep staring at George in such a state. Is it for George's sake? We have to restrain ourselves for now.
Why not Ava tried even harder to cling to the corpse? Dad and Uncle Hideyoshi dragged her away and had a heated debate with her beside the wall.
No! Oh, George! Dr. Nanjo, help him! You're a doctor, damn it! He's lost too much blood, do a blood transfusion or something! George and I are the same blood type. I beg you. Please, Dr. Nanjo.
Son. It pains me to say this, but your blood can't do George Gunn any good now.
Dr. Nanjo shook his head slightly, and nodded across from where I stood, giving me a signal. I softly pulled the blanket up, covering George Anaki's corpse. His neck was split wide open, probably larger and deeper than his mouth. Would covering that part, I'd make this corpse look neat and clean? Of course not. The large amount of lost blood stained the bed a horrible red and black. And even covering him with the blanket couldn't hide the traces. After all, even the blanket had large red-black stains. And covering him with it made his corpse look even more gruesome. So I stripped the blanket off my bed and placed it on top of the first one. But there were only 2 extra blankets. So if we covered one more of the corpses, we wouldn't be able to cover any more. I feel bad about the ones we can't cover. But for some reason, times like these make me feel like muttering, "Don't complain about it being unfair," inside my head.
Kyrie, put blankets over all of them.
All of them?
Wouldn't want them to catch cold.
Sure.
Kiri and I started covering the other corpses up to their heads with their blankets, just like George Anaki's. So that they wouldn't have to undergo any more shame with their terrible wounds exposed like this. In one bed rested Jessica. Jessica was exactly the same age as George Anaki. What? Oh, whoops, hold on a second. Exactly the same as George Anaki. Though she appeared to be resting quietly in the bed. Her neck had been sliced deep and the wounds lay open in a brutal way. Maria was the same. And not only Maria, there was one more victim. Lying on the same bed as though they'd been sleeping alongside each other was Aunt Rosa. George Anaki, Jessica, Maria, and Aunt Rosa. In this room were 4 humans who had been killed, their necks sliced open. Probably been like that since last night. I'd returned without noticing anything, gotten into bed and fallen asleep. All of them had a horizontal cut across their throats. I had been forced to see all the way, to the depths of those gashes in everyone's throats. At worst, the wounds might have been deep enough to stretch halfway through their necks. Try to open it up, you'd probably be able to see that gash reached all the way to the bone. Only wounds were the single gashes on each neck. If you just covered their necks with your hand, you might have been able to persuade yourself that they were merely sleeping. But even so, that frighteningly deep wound was incredibly gruesome. There's no such thing as clean or dirty ways of killing. All methods of killing are equally brutal. But even so, brutality here was just horrible. And there was one more thing that adorned these brutal murders, making them even more unsettling. Drawn very large on the wall, so like an eerie magic circle. It was drawn in a bright red paint that looked like blood. It made it look as though some creepy ceremony had taken place in this room. The four of them offered as human sacrifices. However, this wasn't what we were concerned about. No one has a heart so cold that they could witness the deaths of those close to them, and still worry about some scribbles on the wall.
Good morning, everyone. Oh, what a wonderful magic circle.
Get the fuck out of here, you bitch!
The girl who bragged that she drew more pleasure from the process of exposing the truth than the truth itself, and who went so far as to call herself an intellectual rapist, appeared in the hall. When she saw the extraordinarily creepy magic circle in the gruesome room, I heard what was unmistakably a sigh of admiration escape her lips. You! Don't come in here!
I just heard about it in the corridor. It's 4 people who've passed away, correct? Allow me to express my sincere regrets.
Liar.
Erica's face. No, that's not it. It was in her eyes. In Erica's eyes, I could see an indiscreet smile that was hard to describe. She found this interesting. She found the outbreak of crimes interesting. Like the smile of a kid off to the side of the stage, before her turn to appear in a school play.
Sorry, Erica-chan. We're busy at the moment. Could you wait in your room?
Well, we can't have that. It's the detective's right to investigate the scene.
We're saying that we have no business with you. Now's the time for outsiders like you to stand back.
In my personal opinion, only third-rate mysteries have a suspect who tries to interfere with the investigation and then turns out to be the culprit.
Who gives a damn about what you want? Get out! You aren't wanted here!
Erica-chan! I'm really sorry, but could you go back to your room? We're busy right now.
Stand back. I can't investigate the scene like this.
If it's necessary, we'll do it ourselves! The police will do it! Like how you have the rights to bring more shame to everyone's remains than they've already endured!
Detective's authority. Detective has the right to investigate all crime scenes. Move out of the way, Shurmia Battler. This is my legitimate right within the game, as granted to the human side.
Those words seemed to be utterly ridiculous at first. Words of power that had come from a world on a much higher plane than the one they were in. Rattler was thrown back by an unseen power and landed on his butt. Struck silent by the quiet intensity, no one was able to prevent Erica from entering the room, suffocated by this bizarre atmosphere.
Don't worry. My goal is not to profane the dignity of the deceased. It's not like I want to peek into something as disgusting as a slit through someone's neck. I want to know something completely different. In other words, who committed these murders? I asked Dr. Nanjo and everyone else too. In particular, the first one to discover them, Battler-san. There are many things I want to question you about, so I request your cooperation.
Like I said, by what authority are you doing this?
Because I am the detective.
Battler couldn't argue against this incomprehensible nonsense. No, he wasn't permitted to argue. It was a restriction placed on pieces. Erica summoned Dr. Nanjo and heard the details of his preliminary examination of the corpses. Normally wouldn't have spoken of that to an outsider so casually. However, for some reason, the atmosphere about the place had become one in which hiding things from Erica was forbidden.
Okay, let's enjoy this first twilight of Lambdas. 4 corpses? That's 2 corpses short. Well, she doesn't necessarily need to have 6 people killed, but that's how we've been playing. That girl isn't completely clueless, so she must have killed 2 more people somewhere.
The one was a magic circle representing the first Twilight, similar to the ones in Biedo's games. I believe this is actually, Burn?
It is Burn.
It is Burn, yeah. It's Burn.
That girl talks tough, but I wonder just how closely she'll be able to imitate Beato. That Hebrew sure is crappy. It isn't written exactly right.
Hey, Mammon's here.
Oh, fuck!
Rendy.
What the heck? What's going on? Why is there a magic circle?
Why are you here?
Asma.
Oh, I get to play someone again.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, how did I... Okay.
I bet they wanted to copy Beatrice-sama. Ah, what a crappy magical circle.
This isn't just a copycat. Some human went out of their way to draw that, so they could make it look like Beatrice-sama did this. Anyway, let's report to Beatrice-sama about this.
Even though we're already up to our eyeballs just protecting Godsmith's secret. What a pain.
Asma. Kelly.
These murders have no beauty to them at all. It isn't really a closed room, and there's nothing impossible about it. Such pitiful murders aren't worthy of Beatrice-sama at all.
Furudo Erica. An unexpected crime and an unexpected woman. And that unexpected man from 19 years ago. And if you add in the fact the battlers already solved the epitaph, this game's completely different than normal. What the heck's going on? Let's go!
Okay. Hot micing.
Yes.
Okay, wait, you want to do 1, 2, 3?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Yes, Onu-sama!
No, I didn't even do it.
I remember we got that in perfect sync once.
You can't get it right.
Probably by accident.
Well, she's
You gotta account for delay.
Maybe someday.
Like
No, I just remember
it has
we
to be
nailed it
somewhat.
once.
It has to be a foreign party to the actual sync to actually do the countdown.
Also, the reason why I was hot micing and typing, I just saw Joshi type the Seven Sisters thighs in Discord, and then he deleted it, and I said, "Yeah, Joshi."
What are you talking about?
Oh, true.
not wrong.
Go off.
They probably
In
have
the
great
kitchen, Goda's preparing a wonderful breakfast at a brisk pace. The main dish will be herb omelets. Even simple foods could become an invigorating feast under Goda's skillful hands. He would pre-cook everything beforehand and prepare the food in the dining hall right before everyone's eyes. Pan. Goda hummed as he continued his work in high spirits. When Shannon, who was helping out, saw Goda like this, her mood also brightened. She arranged the salad in a neat little pattern and showed it to Goda.
What's this? I think it makes a tomato look a bit cute.
Very nice. You really know what you're doing, Shannon Chan. The two happy people gave each other a high five. She didn't like Goda when he was sneaky, but she had no problems at all when he was cooking happily. She sometimes even thought it'd be nice if his contract hadn't included any jobs besides cooking. If that had been the case, he wouldn't have had to get in a bad mood during unnecessary jobs.
Boy, I sure hope nothing bad breaks up this.
Kumasawa, you're up. Hello.
Hello.
You muted?
We all have shoes.
Oh, it's all like...
Ooh.
The dining hall is ready. You can carry it in whenever you... Oh, excuse me. The dining hall is ready. You can carry it in whenever you want.
We're almost good to go, so please get the serving carts ready. Without thinking, even Kumasawa caught Goda's high spirits. The kitchen had a very nice smell and atmosphere about it. Truly refreshing for so early in the morning. Then Cannon came back. Grumpy even this early in the morning, just like he always was. Cannon and Genji. I took a very careful. I took great care in making that line as funny as possible. Cannon and Genji were in charge of getting many things ready for the morning, such as opening the curtains. However, Cannon was alone today, so it had taken him much longer than usual.
I'm done. Where's Genji-sama?
Still isn't here. That's sad. I can't imagine he's sleeping.
Oh!
Ooh.
God damn it! Oh. I guess even Genji-san sleeps in sometimes.
That's rather careless of him, considering that this is the middle of the family conference. Cannon-san, could you wake him up for us?
Yes.
Oh. I wonder what Genji-san's face looks like when he's half asleep. Ho ho ho. Let me go with you.
Even though Goda had asked her to get the serving cart ready, Kumasawa plodded off after Cannon, slyly skipping work. As Cannon muttered about how Goda was the one who slept in all the time, he asked for the servants waiting room. He headed for the servants' waiting room. Blah, 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 blah.
So, you didn't wake him up this morning, Cannon-san. Cannon-san.
Late last night. Last night, I fell asleep while still in the servants' room, so I didn't return to the waiting room.
Last night, Cannon had dozed off while in the middle of his late-night shift, falling asleep in the servants' room. Cannon had been kind enough to put a blanket on him, but that had just made it so warm that he fell into an even deeper sleep. So he hadn't returned to his bed in the servant waiting room the previous night. Because of that, he hadn't met Genji even once this morning. There was a knock on the door.
Genji-sama. It's Cannon. Good morning.
Oh, wait, hang on. Oh my. I'm sorry, I had to.
Okay.
It was necessary.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's still sleeping.
Pardon me.
When he tried to open the door, Cannon noticed something strange in the upper part of it.
What's that? Packing tape?
A small strip of packing tape was stuck along the frame of the door, almost as though it was sealing the door shut. Furthermore, there were notches made with scissors along the center of the packing tape, so that if you opened the door only a slight amount, it would be torn apart. Also, written sloppily across the packing tape with a thin pen was what appeared to be someone's signature. It was written in a very intricate and decorative manner. So even if it was a signature, there was no way of telling whose it was.
It's probably some sort of prank.
I don't get it, but it's no use worrying about it now. Genji-sama. Pardon me.
The packing tape tore apart as he opened the door. It wasn't as though anything had happened when it split, so the two quickly forgot about the strange tape. The room was dimly lit. The lower bed of the two-level bunk bed still had a lump under the blanket. Apparently Genji was still sleeping.
Good morning, Genji-sama.
This isn't like you. Oh. It's morning.
Genji-sama!
What is this? What is this?
There was a large
should've gone
red
more
black
high-pitched.
stain on the blanket. Even the servants' blankets were always kept clean. A stain like that definitely shouldn't have been there. Cannon hesitantly peeled back Genji's blanket, saw what was left of him, and was shocked into silence. Feels.
What the heck? His neck's been cut open.
It's thin. You won't be able to leave a cut this deep without a fairly long blade.
AC?
Oh fuck, I'm Leviathan. What's going on? Valerie solved the riddle of the epitaph, right? Why are there still murders happening?
I don't know. In any event, this isn't good. To report this to Beatrice-sama and Natsuhi-sama.
Balfa, hurry, report to Lucine.
Understood.
No. Dashing out, Kumasawa called Gona and Shannon over. Then the new pair let out screams identical to the first two.
No. Don't stop making breakfast, Goda.
It's not really the time to be saying that. There's no chance I'll find a peaceful breakfast on the second day. I have a bad feeling about this. Genji might not be the only one. Let's check the entire mansion. Something else might have happened.
It's One-sama.
Natsuhi sprang awake at the sudden sound of the phone. Even Natsuhi was surprised that she had woken up. She thought that she spent the whole night unable to sleep out of fear that the mysterious man might come in at any moment. But she dozed off before she knew it. Of course, Natsuhi still didn't feel rested at all. Though she groaned from the dull pain in her head, which hadn't gone away once since last night, she managed to get out of bed.
One second.
Fuck. We heard that.
You okay?
You should do that directly into the mic next time.
Sorry.
Really get the gain on it.
You okay, dude?
My man's throat exploding at the moment.
I felt like I caught Omarion through that cough.
I know the pain.
Okay.
I got the wrong.
Okay. Morning, that's Eva-sama. That's Eva-sama?
Okay.
Look, we get it. You like the ship, but come on.
Yes!
Eva, what are you doing here?
You heard of cuckoldry? Natsuhi-sama. Morning.
Next level cuckoldry is when you get cuckolded by your sister-in-law.
No. Next
horrible
level
morning
cuckoldry
is-
is where you get cucked in your own, it's the Omicron thing where you take over someone's body and then cuck their wife.
We don't talk about that!
And wow.
And what a horrible morning it is.
Tonight, why? No one tried to enter this room.
I see. Thanks for being watch all night.
Even so, that didn't mean that she'd be able to sleep peacefully. The continued ringing of the phone made her headache throb even more strongly.
I think you should probably answer the phone. And then, I've got some bad news to report from my sisters.
Let's leave the bad news for later. I'll answer the phone first.
Natsui shook her head to wake herself and picked up the receiver. Then she regretted not listening to Lucifer's bad news first, because she wanted the first thing that she heard on this horrible morning to be something better than this. Morning, Mother. Did you sleep well? That voice told her that this horrible morning, this nightmare, would not stop.
I kept my promise. I've holed up in this room the whole time. Of course, I haven't been on the phone either.
But you did pick up the phone just now, did you not?
Well,
Just kidding. This is a morning call I am giving to my beloved mother. Morning, Mother.
How far do you intend to mock me?
Natsui gripped the receiver so hard it creaked. Gorilla grip. I wanted you to leave your seat so that I could set up for the party. Thanks to that, everything is ready now. Of course you are the main guest, Mother.
What are you planning to do?
That is for you to look forward to. Do not worry, I will not keep you waiting. It has already begun. Oh, right, wait a sec. There's something I want you to hear.
Huh?
There was the sound of the receiver being jolted around. It was apparently being passed to someone else, but there was a clunking, clattering noise, as though it was taking a lot of effort to hand the receiver over. Who in the world could he be giving the phone to? No matter who this man gives the phone to.
Who this man gives the phone to? That can't be good news for me.
Smooth transition.
Whoa! Whoa! Untie me! Coward!
Huh? Dear? Is that you?
Untie it! Untie it!
And it was, without a doubt, the voice of her husband. However, he didn't respond to Natsuhi's voice. Perhaps he was bound somewhere in the darkness. Kraus, not realizing that Natsuhi was on the other end of the phone, repeatedly demanded that he be untied. Your husband is here. His eyes and ears are covered, so he won't be able to talk. But I think you can tell that he is in perfect health.
What are you after? Let my husband go!
I will let him go tomorrow. If you keep 2 promises, that is.
What are they?
One is that you keep it a secret that I have your husband in my care. There'll probably be a fuss when they are unable to find Cross anywhere in the mansion. But you know nothing, so you will say nothing. Understand?
I understand. What's your other condition?
Oh, just a little game. At 1 o'clock today, you will go into the foremost guest room on the first floor of the mansion and hide in a closet.
A guest room? Why should I go into a closet?
Just a little hide and seek. If you can hide there for an hour without anyone finding you, you win. If someone does find you, you lose.
If I lose, what happens?
Nothing in particular. Is that not what playing is all about? If you play along with this hide and seek, I will release your husband tomorrow.
Will you really keep the promise, I wonder?
Of course. Make sure you do too, Mother. If you break our promise, I will know right away. At that time, there was suddenly a loud knock on the door to Natsuhi's room. Her heart leapt automatically.
Madam, are you there? Good morning?
It's Godan Cannon! Madame, please wake up!
The voice coming from across the door were Cannon and Goda's. The knock had been wild, and their voices a little shrill. Said something strange had happened, and they were agitated. But Goda just sounds like that forever.
What is it?
Oh no, this is the guy.
Happen?
This is the guy on the thing. What is it? Did something happen?
It's nothing. It looks like the servants have arrived. I'm hanging up.
Sure. I have said everything I wanted to. So, do not break our promise.
I understand. And you don't break your promise either.
You have it wrong.
That's for you to decide, Mother. Do not make me break my promise, Mother. I'll be watching you all day today, Mother.
Speaking of smooth transitions, Delta slammed the receiver down on the antique phone. Then the phone exploded into bits and became a golden splash. Then a cloud of gold butterflies and then disappeared.
Dance for me, Nazi. Dance in fear of your sin 19 years ago. My turn's going pretty well. Okay, your turn now, Baron.
Ooh.
Tortenblumer.
I'm sure this is a waste of time, but let me confirm whether correspondence with the outside world, including reporting this to the police, is possible or not.
It's impossible to make use of the external line. Looks like you can use the internal line. It's impossible to use the boat inside the Typhoon. I guess the closed circle is complete now. Congrats, you're a full detective now, Baron.
When the police intervene, they sometimes steal some of the detective's authority. However, with the construction of the closed circle, the existence of the police had been denied for all eternity. From now on, the authority of the detective piece will be totally guaranteed.
Yeah, thanks a bunch. Then I guess it's time to get this game started. Erica, you're the main character. Now, begin!
Even Genji, son? 5 people have been killed?
Yes. And it was so horrible.
It was exactly the same as the 4 in the guest house. The neck was sliced open with a terribly sharp blade.
To think that even though I had the midnight shift, I didn't notice anyone suspicious.
Don't blame yourself. Bump into the culprit, you might be the one dead right now.
On top of that, the phones aren't even connected. I doubt the boats will come in this weather. Mr. Sirius.
And that makes it very likely the culprit's still nearby.
Oh.
Jill.
Jill.
Kelly.
Did you do it again? It counts and pick up too well.
Sorry. Eek! Then what? Does that mean we'll be trapped here with the murderer until Typhoon passes and the boat comes? Yeah, I'm trying to make it more high pitched because she's scared. If you want me to go back to the other way, I can.
Okay.
It's fine.
If we all take it like this, even the Cobra won't be able to lay a finger on us.
Even Jessica. I can't believe it.
We won't let ourselves be killed. I'll avenge George. I won't let them get away. No matter who the culprit is or what the reason was, I won't let the one who killed George get away. I'll kill them. I'll kill them.
Okay, everyone. Are you done crying yet? Silence, please. Has anyone seen Kraus-san yet?
We've been calling for him for a while, but he hasn't answered.
Yeah. Okay, excuse me. Could the receiver be off the hook?
Oh, we could hear it ringing. There's no way he didn't hear it.
What does it mean? You don't think Uncle Kraus too?
Oh, figures. I hate to say it at a time like this, but there were 4 in the guest house, plus Genji to make it 5. I figured there'd be one more.
Why? How could you know that? Are you the culprit? Did you kill George?
Stop it, Everson. Now is not the time.
Eva got agitated and grabbed the Kyrie. Nandro stepped in between them, and then it grew into a bit of a scuffle. Watching this, Erica smiled condescendingly and shrugged.
Of course. It's natural you guessed that there were 6 victims after seeing the crime scene in the guest house. There were only 4 corpses, so to make you wonder who the other two were.
How could you know such a thing? You killed them. You killed George.
Point it, Eva-san. Oh, just Eva. Erica-chan, Kyrie-san. How could you know that? Can you think before you talk?
It's a simple connection to make. The scribbles drawn at the scene of the crime in the guest house was a magic circle. I just tried to think of things connected to both magic and murders.
Ah, so it's the epitaph, huh?
I see. It's the first Twilight. Kelly!
Yes! Huh? Huh? What's going on?
Well, I don't have a clue either.
Is that how it is? That damn witch!
So this is really Beatrice Sama's doing?
Ugh. Why do you all keep talking as if you know something? I don't have a clue. Someone explain.
I told you, Ava. Calm down a bit.
That's how it is. Ever since I saw the magic circle at the crime scene, I imagine it might be the plotline murders following the epitaph's first twilight, which make there are 6 victims. Simply by the existence of the magic circle in this place, this level of reasoning is possible for Fruito Erica. What do you think, everyone?
So Uncle Kraus was also killed?
We can't be sure of that. Kraus-san isn't the only person who hasn't come here, right? There's one more.
For just an instant, Natsuki's brow furrowed. So she hadn't been able to avoid the topic of the study after all.
You don't mean Dad? Hey, someone must have contacted the study, right?
Of course we called, and even knocked on the door! But there was no answer.
While he was immersing himself in his research, he sometimes leaves the receiver off the hook because he doesn't want to be called and even ignores any knocking.
But the phone was ringing!
Anyway, let's first check that my husband's safe. Let's go to his room.
Natsu stood up in a flurry and dashed out into the corridor. Rudolph and the others immediately chased after her, telling her to wait.
Come on, let's all go together. In both third-rate mysteries and third-rate horrors, people who act alone tend to die first. Yeah, this game is just the same. Beto really is third-rate.
She's not wrong about third-rate murder movies.
Oh, but in third-rate disaster movies and third-rate action movies, people who act alone do survive, right? Weird.
Okay.
Even though the epitaph has already been solved, who's behind this farce?
It might be the work of this man from 19 years ago, who was thought to be Lady Lambda Delta's piece. Yes, that can't be true.
In the games up until now, Beato has already stated that Kinzo has vanished, meaning that no more than 17 people exist and no 18th person exists. Now that Erica has been added, it's been stated that no 19th person exists. There's no room for this man from 19 years ago to appear on the island.
So, the man from 19 years ago is disguised as one of the existing humans. Or else.
Even if a 19th person isn't permitted by the red, slipping in a 19th person is no trouble for me, no trouble for witches. Now it's getting interesting. Why don't we watch this a little longer? Still, those 2 witches have finally started to do whatever they please with my game board, haven't they?
Didn't you know that would happen when you invited them?
As a witch, I have the same dislike for boredom as they do. Even the unexpected brings the kind of joy a witch expects. Very well. Bring it on!
It's great that you're so eager, but things have taken a nasty turn. Get it?
Indeed. Perhaps this isn't the best time to wait and see what happens next.
I know that. At this rate, Kinzo's existence will become an issue once again. And the barrier around the study won't last long.
That isn't all. Things are going to get even worse. See, move 1, move 2, move 3, and then you're cornered. Natsuhi. Gav whispered something into Beato's ear. Beato's mouth slowly widened into a grin.
Erika is bringing everyone together is actually convenient for us. All darkness outside the range of the observers belongs to us demons. This may be the only time to make him that move.
Natsuhi is the king. She can't move far, but we cannot allow her to be taken. Let's take the initiative. If we slip up here, Natsuhi will be cornered. Gap, can I count on you?
Of course. I'll blow a hole through closed room tricks, alibis, and mysteries alike. Leave it to me. I'll handle it. There I go. Gap was swallowed up along with the chair she sat in into a pitch-black hole that opened on the floor and then disappeared. After that, a hole opened on the ceiling and spat just the chair back out, returning the place to the way it had been.
This is becoming troublesome.
I see. Against Lady Lambda Delta, even I am nothing more than a mere piece. So, in the early game, I must worry more about expansion than losing or taking bases. Now I'm just no match for that person. I won't let her do that. Natsuki is the final master I will serve. Know that this is a piece you'll never be allowed to take, so long as she has a contract with me. Beatrice!
Cass's room was empty. The bed was too. But massive bloodstains similar to the other crime scenes remained.
But there was no corpse.
Nope.
Then he isn't dead.
Maybe not.
What's going on? Where's Nissan?
Judging by this blood-stained bed, I don't like to think about it, but we should probably just assume that he was killed and then they skipped that line.
Sorry, I overshot it.
Yep.
And had his neck cut open, just like the people in the guest house.
Probably. Judging by the amount of blood lost, it's hard to imagine that he's okay.
Kumasawa.
But where did Crow-sama go? Nice.
Large amounts of blood stained the top of the bed, but there were no similar marks on the floor of the room. Whether Krause had been seriously wounded and wandered off somewhere, or killed and carried somewhere, they had no clue where the somewhere might be. Dun dun. Dun dun. Natsuhi knew. Though Krause had been sounding far from his best over the phone, at least he hadn't sounded like he was on the brink of death. In other words, these bloodstains had been said to be a setup. That might not even be blood. However, just what was that man thinking?
What's this supposed to be?
What the heck? So on the first Twilight, there were 6 sacrifices.
Was Cross Nissan in the habit of locking his door? We just came in without unlocking it.
Yes, Kraus-sama also had a habit of locking up.
At this house, Madam has ordered that all non-public areas be locked. How many keys can unlock Uncle Kraus's room?
In addition to the one key Kraus-sama held, there's the master keys.
Oh, all this stuff about keys is a pointless argument. Did you forget that Genji-san is already a victim? His master key is missing. It means all the locks in the mansion are meaningless. How boring. In other words, no clues or murders have existed or will exist in this mansion. Sheesh! This is gonna be a pretty boring mystery.
Erica laughed off this murder in a distant disappointment, as though it was something that she was watching on TV. I can't understand it. Why is her world so different from ours? I'm like she's in a separate dimension from us.
Jessica also. Like this, in a bed.
Yes, that's right. Just like George, her neck was cut.
Jessica. Let me be with Jessica. I haven't even seen Jessica's face yet. Jessica! Jessica!
Wait up, Natsui-san! The culprit might still be hiding nearby. It would be dangerous to let her be alone.
Natsui flew out of the room and dashed towards the guest house this time. It was only natural. Natsui still hadn't even seen Jessica's dying face. Everyone probably thought that. Of course, even Natsui was half thinking that. The other half was her desire to shift everyone else's attention away from the study. Strange crimes had occurred, but the gold had been discovered, and some relatives had even recommended Balor to be the successor. Even in these twisted circumstances, she had to protect Kinzo's secret.
If my head is going to be racked by this suffering anyway, please just let my head explode right now. That way I won't have to suffer any longer.
So, everyone, for Natsuhi-san's sake, let's return to the guest house for the time being. Though it's not as though seeing their dead faces is going to lead to any new developments.
Do you even have a heart?
A heart? What's that?
Seeing your daughter's dead face wouldn't bring Jessica back to life, nor would it heal Natsuhi's anguish. On the contrary, she would probably wail, wasting a considerable amount of time before being able to think properly again. This probably sums up Erica's screwed up argument. Seeing their dying face won't lead to any new developments?
Like hell it won't. Vieto's pieces have brought about a really interesting change.
Natsui flew into the cousin's room on the second floor of the guest house, and was struck dumb by the blood-stained beds in the eerie magic circle. It looked like it might have been drawn with the victim's blood.
Where's Jessica? Where is she? Jessica!
In that bed.
A bed? Where?
George? Where is he?
Wait a sec, what the hell is going on here?
We made sure to lock this room when we left, right? We can now be certain that the culprit has the master key. Once again, my reasoning was correct.
Who cares about that? Where did they go? Where did everyone's corpses go?
Nice trick.
Hey, look, it's magic, right? That gap who's with Beato hid the corpses somewhere with magic.
All of us moved together. So you're trying to say that everyone had alibis?
Your reasoning goes like this, right? The four of them weren't actually dead, they were just playing dead. Then when no one else was around, they hid somewhere. Am I right?
You don't intend to proclaim any of their deaths in red right now, do you?
Of course I won't. Unlike that dolt Beato, I don't give out red for free.
In that case, I'll be glad to use the blue truth. I can think of many ways to work around something of this level.
Sure, go ahead. Blue truth time.
Here's the first one I can think of. The victims aren't actually dead. They pretended to be dead and secretly hid themselves somewhere. After all, you haven't declared anyone's death with the red truth.
Even though you've been shown their gaping wounds, you're still trying that one on principle as long as there's no red, right? But don't get your hopes up. I'm not giving you a freebie red truth. After all, I just have to deny it all at once at the end of the game. I just have to deny it all at once at the end of the game at midnight on October 5th. The witch's side has such a big advantage. It'd be all over now if that stupid battler was my opponent, but you aren't like that, right, Bern?
Of course. Anyone could have thought of that silly move. I have more. Second one. Kraus carried the bodies off and hid them. You're making it look like you kidnapped Kraus and locked him up somewhere, but he might actually be free. Kraus has no alibi. Kraus hid their corpses.
Yeah, that's right. It's not like I proclaimed that Kraus was being confined with the red truth. You know how they say you've got to confuse your friends before you can confuse your enemies? So you lied to Natsu, making it seem like you'd been captured? Any others?
Third one. The corpses were different people in the first place. They were substitute corpses made to look like the victims. George and the others were hiding from the beginning and later cleared away the substitute corpses. The corpses were dead from the very beginning, so they don't count towards the number of people on the island.
That's messed up. So even though all those people gathered around and saw their dead faces, none of them realized they were substitute corpses?
Since you haven't used the red truth, there's a possibility that everyone misidentified all of the corpses. Though if you feel like repeating no one would misidentify a person, I'll withdraw that claim immediately, okay?
No way, I'm not falling for that. The red truth's only useful if you use it with a flashlight. I'll take a single truth out of a large pile of blue and smash it with the red. Then the rest of the blue truths will be swallowed up by darkness before you can find out whether they were right or wrong. That darkness is the world of witches. You won't be given any truth at all. Think that is Burn.
This is in fact Burn.
This is Burn.
This girl acts like she's stupid, but she's not bad at all.
This is Thancred.
She'll never rise to provocation. Looks like she understands the darkness of magic even better than true Game Master Beato. And apparently, Gamp also understood that well. That move of hiding the corpses. It was pretty effective for both Landa and Beato. In any event, I've thought up a full 3 theories about the disappearing corpses. 3 blue wedges for a single riddle. That doesn't mean she can just deny one of those 3. Unless she eliminates all 3 wedges, this riddle has been defeated. That's the ironclad rule of witch hunting. A simple wedge isn't nearly enough. Only vampires die from a single stake. Compared to witches, vampires are weak. True witches won't die unless you stab them all over with stakes, right? It's the same with assassins, isn't it? It's only in Japanese manga that you see assassins kill their targets with a single perfect shot. Real assassins will empty out an entire magazine's worth of bullets. That's how you do things, right? Of course, it's the same for me. But it's this girl we're talking about, so she might slice it all with 2 in a single swipe of the red. By simply letting off a few quick lines confirming their deaths and Krause's innocence with the red. She can remove all 3 of my wedges. Well, that's okay. When the red truth does come out, I just need to follow along with it and stab her full of blue wedges again. This is how a game of witches plays out. It's so fun. Battler's sluggish battles always pissed me off, so I'm loving this. Yeah, I understand, Lambda. The first Twilight is just the beginning of the beginning. It's just a skirmish, right? Wouldn't have it any other way. I'll make you lose pathetically and cry out in regret as you crawl and scratch at the floor. I've almost forgotten the pleasure of grabbing that cute hair of yours and wiping the floor with it as I roll around laughing.
The servant waiting room in the mansion had once again gone silent. There lay Genji's corpse, which had been covered completely with a blanket. In the ceiling of this cramped room, a pitched black hole appeared, captivating legs sprouted out, and Gap floated downwards. Sorry, Genji. You probably want to enjoy your eternal sleep right there, but that's not going to be possible. Please disappear from this place so that you may serve Natsuhi, the final head of the Ashurmia family, even after death. Gap stripped off the blankets as she said this to Genji, who was sleeping peacefully. And she stared at the deep wound in his neck. That's a nice cut. It must have been made with a single slice. Has anyone who's capable of this manifested yet? Not good. I can't think of anyone decent who might be capable of this. It goes without saying, but witches are capable of summoning beings with a strength proportional to their own ability. The great Lady Lambda Delta called that being here as a trump card, 19th person. Even optimistically speaking, this is on par with Aronave and me. A pitch black hole opened on this bed, and Genji disappeared as though the bed had swallowed him up. Like the four in the guest house, Genji's corpse was also hidden in some unknown place. It was a place that no one could find, located neither within this world nor the next. No longer would anyone be able to find their corpses. No longer would anyone be able to confirm their deaths. She carried Genji's corpse to this place of endless silence, where it would never be disturbed. When there's no corpse, a person goes missing. When a person's missing, people will suspect that they might be the culprit, and suspect that they might be victims. Truly like the inside of a cat box. The darkness inside of cat boxes, that'll never be opened, is where we demons and witches reside. You are a bit too slow, Miss Great Detective. Gab licked her lips and gulped.
I wonder why Gapsama is going around hiding corpses.
Asmo. Bell.
Ooh.
I don't. Oh, excuse me. I don't know. But Gapsama's pretty cool. She's just so awesome. Ugh, sorry.
Don't be
I'm out of
stupid.
practice with her.
What happened to standing guard? The humans are returning from the guest house. Gapsama.
Yes, let's disperse. This should be enough to give Natsuhi a way out. Gab jumped into a pitch-black hole that had opened near her feet. Mammon said,
I'm going too.
And jumped in. Followed by Asma, who said,
Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
Me too.
And hopped in, giggling.
Smooth transitions into work.
I was looking.
Amadeus.
Amadeus.
As Satan hesitated over what to do, the hole closed.
And you call yourselves members of the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. How childish. So stupid.
Satan went bright red and got angry all by herself, and then turned into gold butterflies and disappeared.
Press the R to look down.
Run away!
Does it?
Yeah, it seems Gap has succeeded in moving the 5 corpses.
Well done. However, the next part is tricky.
They will probably be somewhat surprised at the disappearance of Genji's corpse. But their interest will most likely swing back to Kinto's study after that.
There are 2 keys to the study.
Joshy, stop gaming so hard, we can hear you.
Hear what?
And he's playing Halo with all of his might right now.
How can you tell?
Because I heard him clicking.
We can hear
tapping
him
on his keyboard.
You can hear him gaming.
I can't hear a damn thing.
Well, that's because he stopped
Well-
gaming.
Regardless, Beato.
It's fortunate that Natsuhi's in possession of both. If she had left one with Genji, it would probably have fallen into Lady Lambda Delta's hands by now.
It seems that Lady Lambda Delta has no intention of hiding Kinto's death. Apparently, she plans to fight while ignoring the moat, towers, and a rap. Okay, fuck me.
Go.
Ramparts that you've created.
This has become a strange triangular confrontation. We are all each other's enemies, but we will sometimes join forces without notice. In a three-way fight, just when you think it's 2 against 1, it suddenly becomes 1 against 2. That's what it's like. Chinese Battle Royale. Don't you think it's like that Records of the Three Kingdoms thing?
Oh, the Long Song plan. It's quite a sophisticated analogy to hear coming from you.
There were 3 empires and Record of the Three Kingdoms, weren't there? Wei, Wu, and Shu, right? That sounds just like us. Which empire won out in the end?
The power that gained control in the end is the Jin dynasty. The 3 empires you mentioned were all destroyed.
Oh. I didn't know that. I thought one of the 3 empires won. Didn't the Wei have an overwhelming advantage?
They had the position of emperor stolen from them, and the empire was subjugated and destroyed.
The Sima clan, a noble family that Cao invited as advisors, eventually gained central control in a power struggle and took over the country.
So they were invited in as advisors and they seized control.
I'm being informed that it is Cao Cao and the sea is silent. Okay.
Very interesting. That Lady Lambda Delta.
Pardon me. The humans have confirmed the disappearance of Genji's corpse in the 7th waiting room. They have started moving towards Lord Goldsmith's study.
Reesh, they're coming.
Let them come. The humans and the witches of certainty and miracles. If this is a 3-way fight, we've got humans, witches, and... what should we be called? If the thing we're protecting for the time being is Kenzo's phantom... So, are we... phantoms then?
I can't believe we're on Team Danny Phantom.
Yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14 and Sam still
Strange to see she was
It was well, I'm saying he's got to catch a ball because he's Danny Phantom.
You
It
are
didn't quite
awful.
work as folks he just clicked. But
Then Danny took a look
inside of
inside.
it.
There's a great big flash. Everything just changed. His molecules got all
rearranged.
Okay,
Phantom,
that's
you can't stop me because I'm the one on the stream, so I can
Who-
keep singing it. and
Who's
you
server
can't
muting them?
Stop me!
Wait,
Who's
Do that again, I'm taking away your fucking
Right here,
rights.
go on green eyes and walk through walls to clear and fly as much as we need
Please, the
to.
other guys, it was him. They knew what he had to do. He saw all the ghosts that were coming through.
I
He's
love
here to fight
circular
for me.
power.
Alright. Am I gonna have to get out the guitar?
But I can unmute myself.
Also, you need to understand that you literally can't silence me. My fucking mic, people will still hear me on the stream. I'll still keep singing Danny Phantom, and there's
then
nothing you can do
won't have
about
to
it.
hear it. Oh wait, I just realized that any of us can mute. I forgot.
Yeah, any of it.
Yeah.
You
I'm
all
gonna
have
have to
go.
remove that.
Well,
No,
this
you don't. Shut up.
episode of Umineko
No, you
no
don't.
Naku
And
Koro
Golden
ni has
Theater.
been brought to you by
there's not
Danny
much point
Phantom.
to it. If literally anyone can mute everyone and unmute everyone, there's not much meaning to it.
Well, no. So to make
When
things
everyone's
perfect,
super, no one
The
is.
actual
make things
reason for
perfectly
that is to
clear.
literally.
I make this perfectly clear. Only the readers can mute people, and that's because it is a mechanism to to stop people from talking over each other and continuing bits for longer than they have to be.
We don't
that ever
use
actually
really.
works.
Well, we should get that ability in cinematic experience because that happens way more in there than it does here.
Yeah, everyone's respectable and shit. Like, I remember Higurashi was like a fucking clown shoes show compared to
Well,
this.
Higurashi was clown shoes because I wasn't there to stop you fools. Anyways,
No, you would join us during Higurashi. You would have joined us.
You do realize B has read Higurashi and would straight up have stopped you.
I don't know. Like, I feel like the group experience
I
would
did
have.
not know I had the ability to server mute people.
Only this.
Only in here.
We literally
The
just
only
went over that
thing
it
is-
is 100%.
Yeah, Calm, when everyone
can
talks
do.
guff about Homestuck, you can mute them.
No, I mean, why would I have an ability I wouldn't even use if I wanted to?
I'm just joking.
take away the power.
Wait, is it over?
The stream is over. The discussion will be
I mean, the
started.
stream. Yeah, the discussion is happening now.
It is not.
It is not. We are
things
going to be
happen
taking a
this
5-minute
chapter.
break.
That's right. We have a few minutes.
Go get your snacks.
Alright, I'm gonna go through
Use
notes.
the
Give me a sec.
restroom, Go
Go
think.
get some snacks.
Go think.
Perhaps a carbonated soda.
I hope they have ices.
All right, since you guys have been misusing it, now only moderators can stop people from talking.
Man,
so
the
there,
camera deputy gets no
congratulations.
respect.
You got what you
AKA,
wanted.
no fun allowed.
Anyways, I'm gonna go take a piss.
Hey, wait, hey, whoa, Orange Man.
Yeah, what's up?
Give me my fucking power back.
Give it back.
You'll be fine without it.
You bitch.
Let me at least have it in cinematic experience, please.
No, we're gonna get it back.
Look what y'all did. I'm mad.
I'll find a different way to implement it for the people who I know I can trust
One
with
man
it.
or woman can have all this power.
What power?
Listen, when Orange gets server muted, he starts to take away power. And because, like...
What the fuck? What's that got to do with me?
I don't know.
Listen, he got server muted, so people have to suffer. I guess.
It's true. They do.
We need mutiny.
They can't hear
Mutiny
you.
right now,
They
yes.
can't hear me, but you guys can hear me.
Mutiny!
Alright, go berserk.
I've had to deal with mutiny shit before. You guys better cut that shit out.
Listen, I feel uncomfortable, Orange, that you as a white man is silencing me.
Okay, now I was gonna give you specifically the ability to mute people, but now you're definitely
I
not
don't
getting
believe you. I don't believe you at all.
Wait, come back.
The white boy with his excuses. And he leaves.
Orange Man is standing there. Orange Man is being unfair.
Orange, you guys can't play by that name.
I don't know. I think all oranges do is say cope and seethe, and then everybody can like stop talking. See what?
You just say cope and seethe, and it's
Well,
that simple.
why? Why are you saying that, Zaz?
Because it's funny. Just say cope, seethe,
You
bald.
and Orange agree a lot on stuff.
What do you mean?
Like you weirdly like agree with him a lot of the time.
All right, let's talk about the. Do you want to get into the discussions? Because that.
All I'm saying is, have we seen Zaz and Orange in the same room? No, we haven't. I'm saying Zaz and Orange are actually the same person.
Maybe you
Wait,
haven't.
You're telling me that that's Orange Black side?
Yeah, Rindy has seen us.
No! Where did that come from, Crimson?
Come on, Josh. Their dicks aren't even the same size.
You did.
You know-
did say that.
I wouldn't
Alright.
know what their dicks would be like.
All right, guys.
Did you say that?
All right,
You know,
guys.
well,
Can we,
Well, yeah, he's
stop?
never seen them in the same
Can
room.
we
so yeah.
stop talking about penises and get on with the discussion, maybe?
No, we're waiting.
Waiting for what?
Waiting for
break.
people to get their
We're
thoughts
on
in
5
order.
What are we waiting for?
Discussion.
I thought. I mean, I was fine.
We agreed
Connor's
on.
not. Well, is
It's been
Connor
5
you
minutes.
here?
Is it not?
Connor's not here.
It's been 5 minutes. Fine.
I have a timer going. What the?
It's been like 4 minutes.
It's been 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Sit it down.
Can't believe the fans.
Listen, round it up, and it's 5 minutes. There we go.
Round it up is
Listen.
basically like 5 years.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Round it up, and that shit looks like the battle pass.
5 days to look at me.
Yo, facts look like the battle pass.
I've been waiting 8 years for this discussion to start. It's crazy.
I've been waiting 17
Wild.
years for this.
1,000 years.
I've been waiting.
Hey,
next
Orange,
day.
I'm sorry. Please give me the power back.
Look, you're gonna need it for Fata Morgana anyway. So here.
Giving in to the demands.
The
Well,
lesson
no,
of
I was
20
gonna do this anyway.
The lesson of 2022 is ask for the things you want, and you'll generally get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'll get it if I ask. I have abused it before.
I've used it once. Also, there's like 30 seconds left, so if y'all are ready.
Thank
I mean, I'm better.
Everybody back? Is Con back?
Con, are you there?
If Con's not back, we'll just go.
You guys can just start
Yeah.
it without her. Somebody else can say things.
The only thing I was gonna say is, we have a 3-way war now.
What?
There's, Beatrice kind of said that, like, Three Kingdoms,
Literally, that was the last fucking scene.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Alright, it's been 5 minutes. Somebody sound off.
Can I go? Are we ready?
Yeah, go ahead, go.
Whoever wants to go.
Speak your truth.
I didn't
Go
hear
on,
shit.
Funky.
Come on.
Alright. Recently, somebody told me about a thing in Japanese called Gorowase, which is a type of Japanese wordplay that involves using numbers as Japanese, as like Japanese letters. Like Suda 51 is actually like Suda Goichi.
Yeah,
And,
here.
and numbers do sometimes seem to play a part in Umineko. And so I'm wondering how many number puns I have just missed because of that. But that's just something I've noticed in a conversation I had with someone. Alright, now regarding the actual chapter, well, I noticed that thing, they mentioned that, they said that the word on is used in every, orphanage person, right? Like the letters O-N?
Yes.
I'm taking a piss.
Yes, the on.
Hello, Kaneko. We are going through thoughts now.
I can tell.
Alright. So we can basically take an assumption that anyone with the words on was probably involved with that orphanage. So yeah, Shannon was mentioned as a part of the orphanage, right?
Yeah. Shannon,
Alright.
Cannon, Lunon, etc.
Cannon, Lunon, Rainon, another on.
Oh yeah, I'm very interested in when Lunon is gonna appear. Oh yeah, probably all those names are gonna be important. Also, Crust has probably got bad semen.
Didn't they say that most of those guys quit already?
What?
Didn't they say that most of those guys quit already?
No, maybe.
Oh, they did say that, yes.
It'll probably still come up.
Possibly.
Kraus also probably got bad semen, can't get his woman pregnant.
She did get pregnant.
Wait.
Eventually.
Oh, right. Wait, no, wait, was that... Did she get pregnant?
Yes, eventually.
Jessica.
Oh, wait, so Jessica was not part of the orphanage?
No, it was a different
No,
baby that they were feeding.
Jessica was.
Wait, so Jessica was from the orphanage?
No.
Jessica's not from the
Jessica
orphanage.
was from the pussy.
Oh, alright, I thought she was from the orphanage, hence the ON.
Jessica.
C-A?
You know, Jessica. Jessica.
Wait. No, Jessica. I confused Shannon. Shit.
Shannon is not Jessica.
Their names get mixed up in my head sometimes. With Shannon and Jessica.
All these women with names.
Shit, alright, just forget whatever. Alright. Did it...
Okay.
I mean, I get it.
Okay. So basically, the first baby that they faked adoption to basically to be the fake born baby was killed by that Clef incident.
Yeah, I got it now. Anyway, so did they explain at all how that baby that fell off the cliff survived further if they actually are alive and it's not just Lambda fucking with the game?
Babies can take a surprising amount of fall damage.
I think that may be more up to an individual's interpretation.
Because it's like, okay, the baby survived the fall, then what?
Then died.
According to Natsuhi, both the servant and the infant died. So from a human world perspective, they could be dead. However, we are seeing a phone guy appear here who claims to be from 19 years ago.
Did they confirm the deaths?
No.
Like, did they mention, like, anybody found the corpses?
They did find the corpses, but they set them on a boat to go to the hospital.
Who found the corpses, did they say?
Natsuhi did.
So wait, so she actually saw the dead baby?
Yes.
Oh. Alright, then that's kinda whack. I don't know what the fucking deal with that is.
Although, we are dealing with an unreliable narrator.
Oh yeah, maybe she just imagined? I don't know. I might have zoned out during the important bits.
Or possibly... Sorry, you go.
And they might have just not given a shit after the supposed baby's death or not, because they basically like, good, that's less problems that we have on our end.
A job well done.
Yeah, that's basically what they acted like after the supposed baby death. Will go like, good, fuck it.
Yikes, though?
Yeah, yikes, though. Because this was an unfortunate, their unfortunate backup plan that kind of went sour. Because
but then afterwards you have to consider Kinzo's behavior. He was laughing erratically. Wait, erratic, is that the word I should use for this?
Yeah. No, wait, is it? I don't know, let's just go with it. We know what you mean.
Yeah. He was laughing hysterically and erratically, saying it's almost like he was actually new or just interpreted this in a way that Beato said only people with his blood or related to his family by blood alone could actually be an heir or something. At least that's my interpretation. For all we know, it could just be Kinzo trying to cope with it as best as he can, and his mind is completely fuzzing it up even further.
Possible, but still screwy.
Oh, very. He's laughing over the death of a servant and a baby. He can't get any screwier. Well, actually, I can think of a few ways he can get screwier, but let's not go down that road yet!
Alright, so my next thought is, part of me has to wonder, is Beato playing an act to trick the other witches? I remember during part 3, or was it part 4? Which one was she, faking
that
empathy?
Was part 3.
That was part 3.
In part 3, I was like, man, Beato seems like kind of chained on a dime. Like, this seems odd. This seems like not like her. But then I kind of just ignored my gut feeling because I thought, maybe it's just a weird writing thing.
Did she change on a dime, or was it all part of the plan?
Well, regardless, like, that was kind of the thing. Like, I thought it was kind of weird, but I kind of just disregarded it. It turns out, oh, my gut instinct actually followed through. That was all a trick. But, so, like, a part of me now, like, can't really trust anything of Beato acting weak. And so I'm wondering, maybe, like, and she kind of seems to have, like, she would have a motive for going against Lambda. So a part of me has to wonder, is she faking the dead-eyed look to trick the other witches?
That is one possibility. On the other hand, Beato is prideful. Can you honestly stand there and say that you could allow or see someone full of pride being openly mocked like that and do nothing?
That depends on how deep her act goes. Maybe even her pride is an act. Like, hell, for all we know, like, during the last chapter, she might team up with Battler against Lambda and Burncastle. But who knows?
And I'm still saying that this isn't an act anymore.
Anyway, next thing is, I was under the impression that you couldn't use the red in the human world due to the conversation with Natsui about not being able to use the red in the human world. But I guess Erica can, somehow.
I've got a fucking bone to pick on that.
Erica mean.
Are you gonna pick bone bar?
Are you gonna pick a bone? Are you gonna say anything?
Mind if I get on my mini soapbox?
Try to make it quick.
I don't think
All
it's
right.
a soapbox, but
Please
go
make it
ahead.
concise.
Please make it incredibly fast.
I like
10
it's
words
not
or
a
less.
large soapbox.
Does it really need to be 20 words or less, or are you just making...
Can we just leave it at Erica mean?
Please go fast.
Go ahead.
1 second, I need to find my thing. Damn it, where to go? Where to go? Where to go?
At this rate, I would like you to actually summarize it in 20 words or less.
Can you do it from the top of your head?
Ugh. Okay. Bottom line. It's really fucking weird that Burncastle can go ahead and just declare that through Erica, almost like she's a Mary Sue type character. Yes, I said it, I'm not apologizing.
I don't really know if that's Mary Sue.
More like an arrogant ass, but yeah.
But anyway, that thought aside, is that what you had to say?
There's a tiny bit more.
Is it?
That you can go, just the fact that the character piece herself and just Erica Furudo?
Furudo.
Thank you. Can command the scene like that? No one human can have that kind of ability. That almost feels like it's cheating or game breaking.
In her profile, it did mention that she can call for Unburn for miracles.
That doesn't seem to fit the stereotypical or at least any sort of traditional detective mystery.
I mean, they're summoning extra reality forces. I don't really know if that's traditional.
Got me there. It still feels like she's cheating in some capacity.
I mean, the profile said that she had the power to call upon Rika. I mean, not Rika. Burncastle for boons.
So was this a boon?
Maybe. I don't remember the exact words the profile used. Anyway, should I go to the next thing, or do you have more?
I'll go ahead and keep it concise just so everybody can tell me to shut the fuck up.
Wait, so I mean, are you done, or are you gonna get more?
Yeah, I'm finished up on that.
Alright, regarding the tape, I was told not to acknowledge the signature that clearly said Burncastle on the tape.
Well, no, it said Frederica Burncastle, but I need to reiterate this because that literally has nothing to do with anything. Like, it's a different signature in the manga. It's just a signature. There's nothing unique or special about it in relation to a thing. This was added in posthumously as part of the new thing. The actual name on the thing does not matter in the slightest.
Would you call it an Easter egg?
Effectively, yes. It's just an Easter egg.
It's a fun little thing they added in the PS3 CGs. It bears nothing. It's not even referenced in the OG. It's just a fun little thing.
Alright, next idea. Thought appeared in my head, although I feel like I might have already mentioned this. Is it possible Natsui is only imagining the phone ringing, given that she's seeing Kinzo, which seems to be a strong possibility to only be a hallucination? Could the mysterious man not even be actually talking to her?
So you're saying she's doing a Diavolo?
Diavolo?
No, because that actually involved magic bullshit. I'm saying, like, is it just a hallucination?
Who's Diavolo?
JoJo thing.
Diablo.
Let's not get on JoJo tangents.
Not important.
Okay.
But yes, I forget if there's anything that has happened that would totally disclaim this. Like, disprove this being a thing.
Whoa. Oh, wait. Should I mention it, Fight Club?
Which thing?
Yeah, go ahead, mention it.
Okay.
It's information they should know.
With the first phone call, Genji was the one who transferred it to Natsuhi.
So there was definitely a phone call.
There was a phone call.
Natsuhi didn't naturally hear the phone call. She was told about it by Genji.
Interesting. I don't know. There's still possibly like ways you could dissect this further into multiple different branches, but I think I'll just leave that off. I also found it interesting that Erica views herself as heartless. Probably means she'll go to any lengths to solve the mystery, regardless of any sort of human empathy. I also noticed it seems like it's a good idea to make multiple blue answers, or what are they called? Blue truths?
Blue truths.
Multiple blue truths to counter a single red. As it seems to have
It will
been
also
mentioned.
interchangeably refer to them as a blue.
Stakes?
Yes, blue stakes usually, yeah.
Alright, it seems like that might be the end of my thoughts. Umineko, do you have thoughts?
Only a couple. But stop. Roro, stop! My dog's in my lap. No!
A vicious dog is currently attacking Kaneko. Someone send help.
The cute little dog that can't do aim damage.
No, it's just one of my other dogs, Romulus. He's just a snuggle butt.
Yeah, I know those dog types.
Yeah, but his saliva is stinky.
Anyway, besides dog sting.
Okay. So as they said before, or at least... Yeah, I'm on the right track with this. I can do this off the top of my head. Hideyoshi stated later on in the chapter that the external line is officially cut, which means it's only the internal phone lines that are working. Which made me assume that the calls were probably coming to Natsuhi from another part of the house or another part of the island. Then there was the idea that Ronabe tossed out earlier, at least later in this chapter, of one of the humans possibly masquerading as this 19th person. We've seen it as Burn, and that's from a magical perspective. If it's from a human perspective, then which human would possibly have the motive or such to make Natsuhi go crazy and corner her into this murder mystery mess?
Get some respect on my motherfucking name. It was Lambda Delta.
Anyone?
I mean, probably quite a few people could probably find a reason to gaslight her. Or to torture her. But, particularly... With the amount of info right now, unless I missed something.
Clearly it... Whoop, hang on, my microphone is actually twisted the wrong way. Clearly would have to be somebody who'd know about the baby and the adoption. So mostly anybody who's in the current mansion right now that doesn't involve anybody who's had to be shipped to the island.
You mean any of the servants?
No, some of the servants would probably know about this. And I say some because it would probably be the only ones that are closest to Kinzo at the time. And that does include Kumasawa and possibly Genji. Although Kenji's totally dead right now, but you get the picture. Keeping to clear my throat, damn.
It is worth mentioning that Kumasawa has never been close with Kinzo.
true. She was the one holding the baby, though.
Anything else?
Sorry, I had to let Romulus out of my room.
Okay.
The entire structure of this to me feels like the person on the phone is constructing everything so that way Natsuhi becomes the immediate fall guy for all of these murders.
Also, I'm paying you with a thing in notes, Kaneko, for you to possibly think on later.
Oh, thank you. Should I explain myself a bit more on that, or...?
Say what you need to say, babe.
What?
Say what you need to say.
Alright. I'm also just hoping for some feedback on this. When you think about it, the phone calls are telling Natsuhi specifically to stay in her room and... no. Not answer the phone or anything for the entire night, setting up at least something of an alibi and showing that she's missing during the entire time of the conference. One moment, I need to put my dog on my bed before he winds into oblivion.
Hoppo requires love.
It would seem
I
that the
agree,
gods
Abyss.
themselves coalesce around Khan to make to
back.
extend out time as much as possible.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
So, basically, she's just being forced into these corners, and the instructions from the phone guy this time around showed that she has to go into a certain room at 1 o'clock and hide in a closet. That's either an alibi or setting her up for that entire section just to be known as that. So maybe Erica's logic at the beginning is only deduced because the phone guy is convincing her to go ahead and follow this train of logic through blackmail. Oh, that was a lot to say.
Do you believe... Also, I missed a portion of what you said because I was looking up that thing about the kanji. Do you believe that Natsui might be getting set up to take a fall?
Yes, I do indeed so believe that.
I wasn't sure if you mentioned that or not.
I did. That wasn't the crux of it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying he was setting her up to avoid taking the fall, to have an alibi.
Nope, setting her up right to become the fall guy.
Ah.
Fall Guys.
Why don't you say that like you enjoy the taste of Fall Guys?
I play Fall Guys as a video game.
He does.
Oh, okay.
Alright, tangent. Let's keep on going. Any other thoughts?
I also think it's very crazy that they're actually enjoying this and playing it not as a strategic game of chess, but more or less like an amalgamation of several different games.
They're playing it as though they're flirting.
So it's like 5D chess.
More like maybe 3D, 4D.
Technically, all chess is 4D chess.
Is it?
Yes, because everyone plays chess over the course of time.
I mean, I feel like this is even more like 4D chess because they actually are manipulating time.
And space. No, wait, no, that would make it 5D.
I thought that time and space were the same thing.
No, it's time and different concepts.
Alright, well, tangent, let's keep hunking.
Let's keep things on track, people.
That's actually all I have left to work with right now.
Crimson or Roboot? Or, Simbard? Do you got anything?
Hey, Sim.
First off, most of the questions that you guys were talking about were pretty much covered over. And also, I gotta make a clarification about time and space. They're two separate things, and most people get confused by that.
Alright, got the clarification. Sorry, I just see a tangent coming.
It does not seem like we have anything else to discuss for now, so we will be wrapping things up.
Read
Beetlesaurus.
Go.
I'll also
Man.
keep my non sequiturs completely out last time because I know they were probably getting annoying to some people, and I was annoying myself, so I'll stop those.
What's a non sequitur again? I forget.
A non sequitur is a joke that is introduced out of nowhere that is not necessarily attached to anything.
Uh-huh.
You could consider Family Guy's cutaway jokes to be a extreme form of non sequitur.
I see.
And the dumb one-liners.
So
In the
what did you need to say, Joshy?
Sisters have great thighs.
They do.
So true.
So true.
Hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if I ended the stream right now? That'd be so fucking